Let's start with a question that almost everyone secretly wants the answer to. Can you really lose weight without exercising? No gym. No running. No burpees. No sweating through workouts you hate. Just living your life and somehow watching the scale go down. It sounds too good to be true, right? Because everywhere you look, fitness influencers are telling you that if you're not working out 5 days a week, lifting heavy, doing cardio, and pushing yourself to exhaustion, you're not serious about losing weight. But what if I told you that exercise is not the main driver of weight loss? What if I told you that you can lose weight, real, noticeable, meaningful weight, without stepping foot in a gym? Before you get too excited, let's clear something up. This isn't about shortcuts. It isn't about magic pills. And it definitely isn't about starving yourself. This is about understanding how weight loss actually works at a biological level. Because once you understand that, everything becomes simpler. Weight loss comes down to one core principle: calorie balance. Your body uses energy every single day just to keep you alive. Breathing, thinking, digesting food, pumping blood, regulating temperature, all of that burns calories. This is called your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. On top of that, you burn calories through daily movement like walking, standing, cleaning, fidgeting, and yes, exercise. When you consistently consume fewer calories than your body burns, your body pulls stored energy, mostly body fat, to make up the difference. That's a calorie deficit. And a calorie deficit is the only requirement for weight loss. Notice what I didn't say. I didn't say exercise is required for a calorie deficit. Exercise can help create one, but it's not mandatory. In fact, many people dramatically overestimate how many calories they burn through exercise and underestimate how many calories they eat. You can spend 30 minutes on a treadmill and burn 250 calories, and then accidentally eat that back in 5 minutes with a sugary coffee drink. This is why so many people feel frustrated. They think, I'm working out, so why am I not losing weight? The answer usually isn't that they need more exercise. The answer is that their nutrition isn't aligned with their goals. Here's a powerful truth: it is far easier to reduce 300 calories from your diet than it is to burn 300 calories through exercise. To burn 300 calories, you might need to jog for 30 minutes. To cut 300 calories from your intake, you might simply skip soda and replace it with water. Now, does that mean exercise is useless? Absolutely not. Exercise is incredible for your heart, your mental health, your strength, your mobility, your confidence, and your longevity. But for pure fat loss, nutrition does the heavy lifting. There have been countless examples of people losing significant amounts of weight without formal exercise. Some individuals start by only focusing on portion control. Others begin tracking their calories. Some simply eliminate liquid calories, and the weight starts coming off. Let's talk about what actually works if you want to lose weight without exercising. First, awareness. Most people have no idea how many calories they consume daily. Not because they're careless, but because modern food is engineered to be hyperpalatable and easy to overeat. Sauces, dressings, oils, snacks, and beverages add up quickly. Simply tracking your food for a couple of weeks can be eye-opening. You don't even have to do it forever, just long enough to understand patterns. Second, protein intake. Protein is incredibly powerful for weight loss because it increases fullness and preserves muscle mass while you're in a deficit. When you eat more protein, you naturally feel satisfied longer. That means fewer cravings and less mindless snacking. If every meal includes a quality protein source, like eggs, chicken, fish, tofu, Greek yogurt, or lean beef, weight loss becomes easier without needing to add exercise. Third, fiber. Fiber slows digestion and increases satiety. Vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains help you feel full for fewer calories. Imagine eating 500 calories of fast food versus 500 calories of lean protein, vegetables, and potatoes. The volume difference is massive. One fills you up, the other leaves you wanting more. Fourth, liquid calories. This is one of the biggest hidden obstacles. Sugary drinks, sweetened coffees, juices, alcohol, They don't fill you up, but they add significant calories. Removing or reducing liquid calories alone can create a consistent deficit without changing anything else. Fifth, portion control. You don't have to eliminate your favorite foods, you just have to manage the amount. You can still eat pizza, just maybe 2 slices instead of 4. You can still enjoy dessert, just not every single night. Sustainable weight loss comes from moderation, not restriction. Now, here's something important. When you don't exercise during weight loss, you may lose a small amount of muscle along with fat. That's because resistance training helps signal your body to keep muscle tissue. Without it, some muscle loss can occur. This isn't catastrophic, but it's something to be aware of. If your goal is purely lowering the number on the scale, nutrition alone works. If your goal is looking more toned or improving body composition, strength training becomes valuable. But let's be honest, not everyone is in a position to exercise regularly. Some people are injured, some have demanding jobs, some are parents juggling responsibilities, some feel intimidated at the gym, some simply don't enjoy structured workouts. And that's okay, you can still make progress. There's also something called non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT. This includes all the small movements you do throughout the day, walking around the house, standing, pacing while on the phone, doing chores. Increasing daily movement without formal workouts can slightly boost calorie burn. Taking the stairs, parking farther away, short walks after meals, these small habits add up. Here's another critical piece: consistency beats intensity. People often think they need extreme workouts and extreme diets to see results. But the truth is, small consistent habits win every time. A modest calorie deficit maintained for months will outperform extreme dieting that lasts 2 weeks. Let's address a common fear: if I don't exercise, my metabolism will slow down. Metabolism naturally adapts when you lose weight, whether you exercise or not. As your body gets smaller, it requires fewer calories to maintain. That's normal. Exercise can help mitigate this slightly, but the effect is often overstated. The biggest factor remains your calorie intake. Now let's talk about hunger. When you diet without exercise, hunger can increase. This is where food quality matters. High protein, high fiber meals help control appetite. Highly processed foods tend to spike hunger shortly after eating. Structuring meals around whole foods makes a calorie deficit more manageable. Another powerful strategy is meal structure. Instead of constant snacking, try eating structured meals. 3 meals and 1 planned snack often work better than grazing all day. When eating is intentional, it's easier to manage portions. Sleep also plays a massive role. Poor sleep increases hunger hormones and cravings. If you're trying to lose weight without exercise, prioritizing sleep becomes even more important. 7 to 9 hours per night can make a noticeable difference in appetite control. Stress management matters too. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which can increase cravings and make dieting feel harder. This doesn't mean stress directly stops fat loss. Calories still determine weight change, but it influences behaviors that affect calories. Let's address another myth: you have to sweat to burn fat. Sweating is simply your body cooling itself. You can sweat in a sauna and lose water weight, but that's not fat loss. Real fat loss happens over time through a sustained energy deficit. Now here's the balanced truth. While you can lose weight without exercise, combining nutrition with strength training is often the most effective long-term strategy. Not because it's required for weight loss, but because it improves how your body looks and functions. However, if the choice is between doing nothing because you can't commit to workouts, or focusing solely on nutrition, choose nutrition. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start exercising before they begin weight loss. They think, I'll start my diet when I start going to the gym. And then months pass. If that's you, here's your permission: you don't need to wait. Start with food. Start small. Replace soda with water. Add protein to breakfast. Use smaller plates. Cook at home 1 extra night per week. Walk for 10 minutes after dinner if you can. None of these require a gym membership. And here's something motivating: when people lose weight through nutrition, they often naturally feel more energetic. That energy sometimes leads them to start moving more. Weight loss can build momentum. It's also worth noting that as you lose weight, your body becomes more efficient. That's why progress can slow over time. This isn't because you're not exercising, it's because your maintenance calories have decreased. Adjustments may be needed along the way. Now let's talk expectations. Healthy, sustainable weight loss typically averages around 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week. Faster than that often means extreme restriction, which is difficult to maintain. If you choose to lose weight without exercise, focus on sustainability. Crash diets backfire. Severe calorie cuts lead to burnout and rebound weight gain. Moderate deficits preserve sanity and results. Let's zoom out for a moment. Why do you want to lose weight? Is it health, confidence, energy, longevity? If health is your primary goal, remember that exercise improves health markers independently of weight loss. So even if it's not required for fat loss, it still has enormous value. But weight loss itself, yes, it can absolutely happen without formal workouts. In fact, some research suggests exercise alone, without dietary changes, often results in minimal weight loss because people compensate by eating more or moving less later in the day. So if you've been feeling discouraged because you can't commit to intense workouts, take a breath. You're not doomed, you're not behind, you're not failing. You just need to focus on what matters most. At the end of the day, your body responds to energy balance. If you consistently fuel it slightly below its needs, it adapts by using stored energy. That's physiology, not opinion. But remember this too, the goal isn't just to lose weight. The goal is to build habits you can maintain for life. If you hate running, don't run. If you hate gyms, don't force it. Build a lifestyle you can sustain. And maybe, just maybe, once the pressure of I must exercise to lose weight is gone, you'll eventually find a type of movement you actually enjoy. Dancing, hiking, swimming, strength training at home. Movement should enhance your life, not feel like punishment. So, can you lose weight without exercise? Yes. 100% yes, but it requires intention with food. It requires awareness. It requires consistency. It requires patience. Exercise is powerful, but it's optional for fat loss. Nutrition is essential. And now the real question isn't whether you can lose weight without exercise. The real question is, are you ready to focus on the habits that truly matter? Because once you understand the fundamentals, weight loss stops feeling mysterious. It becomes methodical, manageable, achievable. And that's when real change begins. And now you know the truth. You don't need endless cardio. You don't need to live in the gym. And you definitely don't need to punish yourself to lose weight. What you need is a calorie deficit, smarter food choices, and consistency. Exercise is powerful for health, strength, and confidence, but when it comes to fat loss, nutrition is the real driver. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time to start working out before changing your body, stop waiting. Start with what matters most. Focus on your meals. Focus on your habits. Focus on sustainability. And remember, small changes done consistently will always beat extreme changes done temporarily. If this video helped clear things up for you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Do you prefer losing weight through diet, exercise, or both? I'd love to hear your experience. I'll see you in the next one.